I'm Felicia,
And I'm Ian.
and we are the Paranormal Lovers.
Hello, paranormal dudes, dudettes, and dudays. Welcome back to another episode of the Paranormal Lovers.
Hey guys,
Hey, guys.
welcome back to another episode 90.
Yep,
90, we're only 10 away.
90.
Dun, 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 dun. If you would be so kind, please give us a follow on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. If you or anyone you know prefers video, we can also be found on YouTube. If you're interested in learning stories from our history that have, quite frankly, been covered up or ignored, give our show Rethinking Our History a listen. It can be found anywhere you find this show. If you would like to support the pod, we have a couple different ways you could do so. The first is our merch shop over at theparanormallovers.threadless.com. You will find new fall and Halloween designs, as well as 2 designs that the proceeds of will go directly to helping with hurricane relief. I know it's been like a month since the storm, but it's going to take years to rebuild, and every dollar is going to help. So we're just going to leave it up there.
Yeah. They said like 2,800 people lost their homes.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
2,800 people staying in
Gone.
hotels right now.
That's
the people that are staying in hotels. That doesn't count the people that are camping out.
Or dead.
Or, well, yeah, obviously that doesn't count the dead.
Right.
I hope the deads aren't staying in hotels. That's just a waste of space for the living.
That would suck.
You
like die in a flood, and then FEMA's like, here's your hotel voucher.
Just real quick,
like, what?
For anybody that's heard rumors about refrigerated trucks full of bodies, I found out what that's all about. It's because when the power goes out, the morgues don't have any power to keep the bodies cold, so they bring in refrigerated trucks to put the bodies in it from the morgues and the funeral homes.
Yeah.
So those bodies are, yes, full of dead bodies. Those trucks are, yes, full of dead bodies, but they were already dead.
Yeah, they didn't all die in the flood.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend that said that he went up to Lake Logan. He got called up for a heart attack. The guy died. He had come up here for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took him to a funeral home in the little town down the road, and then it got flooded and he got washed out.
Wow.
So
there were some already dead people getting in the flood.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
It's insane. It's insane. Secondly, we have a Patreon over at patreon.com/the paranormal lovers. There you get early access to unedited videos of both shows, plus 2 stickers per month, one from the shop and one handmade by Ian.
You can see me being wacky too.
Yeah, we're all wacky. And once we get 20 Patreons, we will be adding the new perk of bi-weekly family movie nights.
Janet?
And if you... Tammy. And if you hear the phone in the background, we're ignoring it because nobody has our phone or like landline phone number. So it's just telemarketers and spam calls.
I like to answer it once in a while and be like, hello.
Now, I didn't told you not to call back here no more.
If anybody watches Ownage Pranks, they know what I'm talking about.
Ownage Pranks is so good. We got to start watching that again. And lastly, if you have a personal story, be it paranormal, true crime, or historical, y'all need to talk to your grandparents if you got them. Or if you have a topic request, or if you just want to yell at us for our super liberal views, email us at theparanormallovers@yahoo.com. So what did you love about this week?
Let's see. Oh, we went to, I loved going to Cherokee. That was amazing.
Oh my God, I love it.
We went on a ghost hunt, Sagili hunt.
Yeah. Y'all, I tell you, I try not to fetishize the Cherokee culture. I really do, because that's sick and that's gross. But I have so much love and admiration, and I just want to like immerse myself in their culture.
Yeah.
And just live in it. Like that's also my love for this week, because I caught 2 ghost on photos.
Yep. Got them on photo.
Fuck is a photo? We caught 2 ghosts on photo.
Yep.
I saw one with my own eyeballs.
Yeah. The pictures of the ghost that she took, she posted. But then, so we were in the council room,
Yep, council
and
house.
so we were all in there taking pictures, and she turns to me and goes, "Did you see somebody over in that corner?" I was like, "No." She was like, "I could have swore there was somebody over there." And so then we went home and looked at the pictures from the council house, and there was somebody there.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily in the corner. It was when I was walking out the door, I
Yep.
saw a man standing there, and then somebody like flashed a light, and it was the seats, like because the council house has tiered seats around the outside, around the edge of it,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a man standing there. There was a man standing there by the seats by the door. He was standing there with his arms crossed. He was wearing pants. All I saw was his pants, and it like his arms crossed. I couldn't see from the chest up.
Yeah.
But I was like, and I just like walked outside, and I was like, there was a guy standing there, and then he wasn't. I was like, it's fine. And our tour guide Chase was like, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. You just saw a man and he wasn't there. It's fine.
I wonder how much autism has to do with being able to see and
See
feel
stuff?
ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause then when we went to the medicine house or the smokehouse where people go in to get like sweated out sicknesses and stuff like that.
Yeah, the sweat lodge.
I remember we were walking up to it, and I like walked up to it, and I turned to my right and I looked in the door and I looked at the bed, and I don't know what it was, but I felt something like whoosh at me, and I got dizzy, and I was like, not going in there.
It's that shaman, man.
And then
The shaman.
that older lady that was with us on the tour, her daughter works there. She was sitting there going, "That's medicine. I ain't going in there. That's medicine.
Yeah,
I ain't going. Nope, that's medicine."
when we went on the tour, there was a Cherokee woman and her daughter that were in our group hunting with us, and
Yeah, she was
that's what she was saying. She was like, "Nope, I'm not going in there."
She's like, she just kept saying, "That's medicine right there. I ain't messing with that. I ain't going in there. That's medicine." It was a hoot having those two on the thing with us because her daughter was like, "I want to see stuff. Like I see stuff when I'm here during the day and I'm working, but I want to
Yep.
see like this other stuff at night that like only comes out at night."
Right.
And her mom's like, "I don't want to see shit." But we had a really good time. If
Yeah,
you
it was
guys,
great.
I want to say that like this is the last
We had a good
week.
tour guide.
Like I think today is like the last day when this comes out because it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, guys! By the way,
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, you guys get a chance to go out there and do the Sagili hunt. They have like their museum is set up as a family friendly haunted house for kids. It's only $5. The Sagili hunt's only $12. They have Qualloween and Cherokee where like the kids can do face paint crafts, cultures. They're going to be having like trick or treating. It's can we move to Cherokee, please?
I never thought about going to Cherokee before on Halloween. It's pretty cool stuff.
I never really thought about it until this year, like when I saw that Sagili hunt, and then I was like, Cherokee Halloween culture.
Yeah.
Oh
Cool.
my god. Like, y'all, indigenous people are fucking amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
This is 100% admiration, appreciation, and love for indigenous people. So we went to the Sagili hunt. It was really fun. This episode, I had planned to do a cult, but then I decided to throw this one together yesterday.
Right.
So if Chase or John, if you guys listen to this and I get any of this wrong, just let me know. Kind of hoping to have them on the show.
That'd be cool.
Soon. Both of them. I want to do 2 separate episodes, one with John for Heritage Month and then one with Chase with like paranormal experiences at the village.
Sure.
So y'all keep your fingers crossed that happens.
Yeah.
So while we were at the village for the hunt, one of the other people, that mom, was like, "Hey, you guys gonna come back for the Ravenmucker Theater?"
Right.
I was like, "No." But also like, what is that?
Right.
So it is technically today, October the 31st, is the last day of the Ravenmucker Screams Haunted House, which is based off of the Cherokee legend of the Ravenmucker. She talked about the haunted house. I was like, oh, cool, whatever. No, I'm not going. I don't do haunted houses. No.
Right.
Um, and it didn't take. It took me a couple of days, and I went, "What the fuck is a raven mocker?" Anyways,
Yeah.
boy, oh boy, do I have a tale for y'all.
Nice.
This bitch is not to be fucked with.
Yeah.
I flat out don't. Nope. Nope. The raven mocker, aka, and I'm sorry guys, I pronunciation's hard. I'll try.
Right.
Kala Kalanu Akilishki is one of the most feared creatures of Cherokee legend. There is not a kind bone in its body. The name comes from the form that they take to travel, that of a raven. Some sources say that it takes the form of a raven, while other sources say that they fly with their arms outstretched like wings with sparks trailing behind them.
Hmm.
So it makes them look like a raven.
Right.
They are known to make a call eerily similar to that of a raven, which, when heard at night, sends a chill down the spine of any Cherokee person who hears it,
For sure.
because this sound signifies someone's impending death.
Oh, wow.
Now, if you see them in the daytime, or if you like run across them, they may look like an old man or woman, and this is due to all the lives they have stolen. The fear of these creatures comes from their insatiable appetite for human. Specifically, they desire the life force, which comes from eating the heart of their victims, which they then use to prolong their lives, taking on the remaining time that their victim had on this earth.
It's like a vampire.
Pretty much. Which isn't much, since most of their victims are sick or dying. And it is like a vampire, but it is not a vampire. It is its own thing.
Sure.
Now, if one of their body parts starts to wear out, say their arm, they'll just take it off of the dead body and replace theirs with it.
It was like Frankenstein, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, of course, I can't go many episodes without talking about Supernatural.
Sure.
This reminded me of episode 15, season 3. It was about a mad doctor who started harvesting body parts in 1816 to try to become immortal.
I want to say they had a Ravenmocker episode, too.
I don't know if they had a Ravenmocker episode.
No?
I remember that episode. It is not tied in with this Cherokee legend, but
Right.
it just made me think about it, because I can't remember who the hell played the doctor, but he was somebody that once upon a time when I was younger, I was like, that old man's kind of hot. Had issues, y'all. From what I could gather, these creatures were once medicine men and women whose hearts were twisted evil. This, of course, began as an oral story told within the community, both to warn of dangers in the dark, but also as a warning to not turn from traditional ways and always practice strong medicine. The act of eating the heart is representative of making a mockery of the natural order of existence. Because, like, there's a natural order to it. You live, you die, you get turned into dirt.
Sure.
Maybe your spirit comes back. But they're like, oh, I'm going to eat this heart because I never want to die. And I will not follow the natural order of things.
Right.
Their victims being the sick and dying is a lesson to take care of the sick and elders within the community, protecting them from anyone with bad intentions. Excuse me. And I got to thinking about that. You know, it's not just about with bad intentions. It doesn't have to just be about like a raven mocker or some evil entity coming to steal their soul or eat their heart or whatever. You know, protect your elders from scammers. Protect them from people who are going to abuse them, who are going to take advantage of them. Protect your elders.
Right.
When one's medicine is strong, they are able to see the creatures. Otherwise, they are invisible to the naked eye. When they attack their victims, witnesses may believe the person is in the throes of death versus being under attack from a supernatural foe. Because they like torture their victims,
Mm-hmm.
like throw them around the room and shit. They'll give them terrible nightmares. Like
Hmm.
they like to play with their food. That is why it is so important for them to make sure that they have strong medicine and also stick to the traditions of the tribe while avoiding the taboos. Now, with colonizers colonizing, like we are at the start of Trail of Tears, folks, let's not sugarcoat this.
Right.
This creature has been taken the label of witch or shapeshifter, but in the Cherokee language, they are called Sunai Idahi or night goers, which I you can call them a witch or a shapeshifter, but when somebody gives you the name Night Goer, oh. To fight back against this creature, the family of the sick or dying would hire a medicine man to fight it. Quote, the family would summon a medicine man to keep watch and hold it away until the person recovers. If the person dies, the medicine man will keep watch until the person is buried. After burial, the heart cannot be taken. The medicine man drives a sharpened stick into the ground at each corner of the house. Then, about noontime, he gets ready the Tals Ag I you nil sorry or ancient tobacco, reborn or remade sacred tobacco, which he fills his pipe with which he fills his pipe, repeating the chant below. I did not write down the chant. No. He then wraps the pipe in black cloth. He then goes out into the forest and returns just before dark, about which time the evil spirit will arrive. Lighting his pipe, he goes around the house puffing the smoke in the direction of every trail by which the Kalona may approach. He then goes into the house to wait. When the spirit arrives, the sharpened stick on that side of the house shoots up in the air and comes down like an arrow upon his head. This causes the spirit to die within 7 days. Family and friends check near and far for someone who dies within that time, knowing they were the night goer. End quote.
Hmm. We'll have to bring some tobacco back the next time we go.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm sitting here like, would it be racist to bring Cherokee tobacco to Cherokee?
No, I don't think so.
I have to find out who actually owns Cherokee Tobacco Company first. If it's not an actual Cherokee company, then like, no.
Right.
Some sources say that once a raven marker has been seen, it will die within 7 days, while others say that if they cannot find another victim within 7 days, they will die. So, like, there's some deviations in some parts of the story depending on which sources you look at.
Sure.
But even more important is prevention. There are several ways the Cherokee fight against the evil of this being. The first that gives some amount of protection on its own are plants, of course. Sage, sweetgrass, and such are used to protect and repel from evil spirits.
Smudging.
Yep. I'm like, can y'all smudge us before we leave this village, please? Because let me just stand in this smoke over here while John Chewy's telling some stories.
Didn't he say something about that?
Somebody said something. Yeah, he said that they like
that it had been smudged a bunch before
that very first the council house. It was
Yeah.
the council house. He said they regularly smudge the council house.
Right. Huh.
And like another one of the houses there that there's like this weird, the one I think where the kid crawled out from under the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said there's a few that they regularly like smudge hard.
Yeah.
To like keep the spirits appeased.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My medicine gives me gas. Rituals are performed to invoke spiritual protection against the raven mockers. These rituals can involve several community members who come together to pray, sing, and dance, as well as give offerings. A person can carry a talisman or sacred object to ward off the evil intention of the mocker. This can be a feather, stone, or shell that should be kept on your person. But nothing should be done without the counsel of a medicine person. These people have a deep connection to the spiritual realm and have a vast knowledge which they use to find out what rituals and protections you specifically need to use, because it's not one size fits all. There are some things that we can all do, but there might be certain rituals that you need through your family line and blood and stuff like that.
Shamans.
Listen, y'all. Y'all think that the spiritual practice of our ancestors is us just going out doing whatever we want. No, they were very strict and there's rules with it. That's why I'm a terrible root worker. because I don't follow them because I got slatism.
Yeah.
Now, it is not just their terrible powers and appetite for human life force that gives these beings a bad rap. Ravens and mockingbirds both hold significance within the Cherokee belief system. Quote, the raven is often associated with transformations and wisdom. It is considered a mystical bird that possesses supernatural powers and knowledge. In Cherokee folklore, ravens are believed to have the ability to shapeshift into human form, making them powerful and mysterious beings. This aspect of the raven connects with the Cherokee raven meaning, where the raven is seen as a symbol of change and intelligence. They are seen as guardians and protectors representing insight, intelligence, and the preservation of ancestral knowledge. Ravens are also connected to the spirit world and are thought to carry messages from ancestors or spirits. The presence of a raven is believed to bring good fortune and blessings, while their absence signifies potential danger or misfortune. When I did this part, side quest, when I did this part, I was like, those ravens at the hospital were 1000% there for Nana.
Yeah.
They were taking her to the spirit realm,
Yeah.
Valhalla, heaven, whatever you want to call it.
Well, supposedly she was an 8th Cherokee. Not saying that,
Well, everybody's grandma was a Cherokee
Right.
princess. Okay,
Yeah.
we've talked about that, but I don't know. It's just whether she was Cherokee or if it's the Scottish side. Like
Yeah,
it's energy, spiritual things. The ravens were there for her soul that day, which
the Viking side of her.
probably makes some people go, "Wow, that sounds really fucked up," but they're guardians.
Yeah.
And probably more of like guiding her to the spirit realm, not taking her life force, y'all.
Right.
All right. Mockingbirds are revered for their enchanting songs and mimicking abilities. They symbolize harmony, balance, and the power of music. Their melodious voices are thought to bring joy, healing, and positive energy to both humans and the natural world. Mockingbirds are seen as messengers of peace and connection to the divine. Their songs are believed to carry prayers to the Creator. These birds are also associated with protection against evil and negative forces, acting as guardians of the sacred. In Cherokee culture, mockingbirds are regarded as symbols of resilience and adaptability, teaching the importance of embracing change and finding harmony in all circumstances. End quote. So, with that, she has perverted the meaning, or they pervert the meaning of both of these birds that have such significance for the Cherokee people into a mockery. I think that's what they are. They're heart eating mockers. Heart eating mockers, because they just like, they're gonna like, I'm gonna make a mockery out of the natural order of things. I'm gonna make a mockery out of your favorite bird.
The pictures are terrifying.
There's like one picture of like this beautiful woman surrounded by ravens, and then you like scroll down and there's like a skeletal thing with like some black
Yeah.
wings on it, and you're like, what the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm like, oh, this one's real fucking scary.
Right.
Now for story time. As always, you can find.
It kind of reminds me of what was the thing with Moon Knight?
Moon Knight.
Yeah,
Oh.
remember the thing that talked to Moon Knight?
Oh, yeah,
It
you're
kinda looks
thinking
like
of
that.
the Egyptian deity
Yep.
dude with the skull.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't remember what his name is. I'm not good at names. I can point to him and go, that guy was in Moon Knight.
Yep.
Which, if you haven't seen Moon Knight, what are you doing?
I know. It's
That
so
is an
good.
amazing show. It's another one of those that dips you into another culture,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I love these people so much. You got like a big hippo lady on a boat in the sand.
Yeah.
Now for story time. As always, you can find our sources in the show notes if you're interested in looking more into this. This is allegedly a story that is told on the reservation. We can ask John about it when he comes on the show.
That was what I really liked about last week, was sitting
Around the fire,
by the
listening to
campfire listening to
John.
John tell his stonecoat
Stonecoat
story.
Yeah, because when we rolled up, anybody who's been here for a while, you've heard of Spearfinger. We covered that one, and he was telling the Spearfinger story when we came up to the fire. So we were talking to him about this. He like vaguely recognized us, which had me all in a titter. Um, I'm like, I'm 5% famous. Wow.
It's like, wait, you've heard of us?
Right. He's like, I thought your voice sounded familiar. I'm like, you recognize my voice? I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but okay. But anyways, we were talking to him about that, about Spearfinger and some of the other ones, and then he told us about Stonecoat, which is supposed to be like either her brother, her husband, her rival.
It was his favorite story.
Yeah. It was a really good story too. And no, I'm not gonna tell it to you. I'll let him tell it to you. Okay. Anyways, all right. So this story is allegedly told on the Riz. I don't know. Also, sorry, side quest. I'm getting so sidetracked. I said res and it made me think of the res dogs.
Yeah,
Y'all, I got to see some res dogs the other
she
day.
did. Yeah.
They were hanging out at a vape shop, just laying in the parking lot.
Yep.
Like, this is our parking lot, homie. Anyways, all right. Quote: a young man had been out on a hunting trip and was on his way home when night came on while he was still a long distance from the settlement. He knew of a house not far off the trail where an old man and his wife lived, so he turned in that direction to look for a place to sleep until morning. When he got to the house, there was nobody in it. He looked in the Aussie and found no one there either. He thought maybe they had gone after water, so stretched himself out in the farther corner to sleep. Very soon he heard a raven cry outside, and in a little while afterwards, the old man came into the Aussie and sat down by the fire, without noticing the young man, who kept still in the dark corner. Soon there was another raven cry outside, and the old man said to himself, now my wife is coming. And sure enough, in a little while the old woman came in and sat down by her husband. Then the young man knew they were raven mockers, and he was frightened and kept very quiet. Said the old man to his wife, well, what luck did you have? None, said the old woman. There were too many doctors watching. What luck did you have? I got what I went for, said the old man. There is no reason to fail, but you never have any luck. Take this and cook it, and let's have something to eat. She fixed the fire, and then the young man smelled meat roasting and thought it smelled sweeter than any meat he had ever tasted. He peeped out from one eye, and it looked like a man's heart roasting. Suddenly the old woman said to her husband, who is over in the corner? Nobody, said the old man. Yes, there is, said the old woman. I hear him snoring. And she stirred the fire until it blazed and lighted up the whole place, and there was the young man lying in the corner. He kept quiet and pretended to be asleep. The old man made a noise at the fire to wake him, but still he pretended to be asleep. Then the old man came over and shook him, and he sat up and rubbed his eyes as if he had been asleep all the time. Now it was near daybreak, and the old woman was out in the other house getting breakfast ready, but the hunter could hear her crying to herself. Why is your wife crying? He asked the old man. Oh, she has lost some of her friends lately and feels lonesome, said her husband. But the young man knew that she had been crying because he had heard them talking. When they came out to breakfast, the old man put a bowl of corn mush before him and said, this is all we have. We have had no meat for a long time. After breakfast, the young man started on again. But when he had gone a little way, the old man ran after him with a fine piece of beadwork and gave it to him, saying, take this and don't tell anybody what you heard last night, because my wife and I are always quarreling that way. The young man took the piece, but when he came to the first creek, he threw it into the water and then went on to the settlement. There he told the whole story, and a party of warriors started back with him to kill the raven mockers. When they reached the place, it was 7 days after the first night. They found the old man and his wife dead in the house, so they set fire to it and burned it and the witches together. End quote.
Dang.
Yeah. I like stories. That was a good story too. But so yeah, I guess in that one he just saw them and that's what killed them.
Right.
Once they had been exposed, they were gonna die.
Yeah.
There are competing theories about whether the raven marker is a solitary creature or if they exist in more of a pack.
Right.
There are even some theories that they can operate on a hive mentality,
Hmm.
all working together for one thing: the heart.
There's a picture of Chris Angel with Raven Mocker wings in here on Google.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh God.
But either way, should you find yourself in the woods of Swing County or over in Oklahoma and hear the sound of a diving raven, maybe check on your friends and family.
Yeah.
And that is yet another thing I love about this community: their hospital.
Yeah.
Bruh, their hospital.
Yeah.
From CherokeeHospital.org, quote, the Cherokee Indian Hospital Authority, CIHA, CHIHA, blends state of the art healthcare with a system of inpatient outpatient resources across the Kuala boundary and its outlying clinics, with an emphasis on Cherokee history, arts, and crafts, and the unique aspects of Cherokee culture, including consideration for the mind, body, and spirit. Chiha addresses the health and wellness needs of the tribe and does so to the highest national standards of healthcare. End quote. And I had heard somebody talking about that the other day. They somehow blended like a old folks place in with the hospital, so now like their elders are really getting the care that they should get.
Right. That's cool.
I've seen this a lot recently. This newer generation is really trying to go back to their ancestral and practices, not including but not limited to taking great care of their elders.
Right.
Again, I have so much respect and admiration for this community, and I beg of you, if you come for a stay, if you come for a visit, stay away from the I don't even know what to call that side of town. The one where there's like all the shops with like, oh, the so offensive shops.
Right.
Yeah, you'll know there's like an offensive side and then like a less offensive side where like the indigenous folks have their shops. Go over there.
Yeah.
To that side of town, and be respectful of the land and the culture.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed from the few times that I visited Cherokee, they have no problem teaching people about their history and culture.
For sure.
Like they want people to know their history, and they love to spread their culture to people as long as you can appreciate it, not appropriate it, and be respectful.
Yeah.
Just give them some damn respect, folks.
Yeah.
God dang. So, well, that, folks, happy Halloween. And that is the legend of the Cherokee's Raven Mocker.
That's awesome.
Stay out of the woods unless you're in a large group. And I mean, really just stay inside, because between Raven Mockers, owls, not deer, and deer women, just stay inside at night, folks.
And Spearfinger.
And Spearfinger.
In there.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a lot. Just stay inside. Don't whistle.
No, definitely don't do that.
That was something else that really fucked with my head when we were walking down to the when we got to go on the tour. We got to go in like the costume house where they get dressed and stuff to go out in the village. Because like if you've never been to a kind of lefty village, it's a replica Indian village.
Yeah,
you get to come in, learn how they made food, learn how they made their weapons and all that cool stuff. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Come fucking visit Cherokee. I don't know if they have one in Oklahoma, but if they have one in Oklahoma, go visit that one too. Yeah. Shit. As we were walking down there, there's this little voice in the back of my head that said, whistle. And I out loud said, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no. Anyways, well, we hope you guys enjoyed it.
I bet you were tripping the tour guide out.
I'm pretty sure I was, because I'm like, bitch, I left my necklaces at home. Y'all see this? All the time on me, all the time. I left it at home when we went on our ghost hunt in Cherokee at the Colonel Lefty Indian Village.
It's probably why you caught a ghost.
It's probably why I caught some ghosts. And it was so weird, because didn't you also say you almost felt like welcomed?
Yeah.
There, like they were almost excited we were there.
Yeah.
Like they were just so happy. I don't know if they are like that with like all groups that come through. They're just happy to see people.
That's the feeling I got anyways.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got. Like it's almost like they're excited people are learning and like wanting to come, I don't know. I don't know. We're weird, folks,
I don't know
people.
either.
We're weird. I know. So, what do you think about the Ravenlocker, Bill?
It's a cool story. Kind of terrifying.
Terrifying.
Right.
Terrifying. And they like, I don't know. For some reason, this made me think about Nana a lot.
Yeah.
I guess because they go after like old people that are dying a lot.
Right.
And I'm like, we're gonna have to watch out for your parents as they grow older and older and older.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed this week, and we will see you for an Ian episode next week.
Yay.
All right, guys. Love you. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.